Hello and welcome to The Lab, a Minecraft podcast where we explore, experiment, and theorize all things Minecraft. I am Miner Thoughts, and I'm sorry, but this is the end. It's the end.
Well, I'd put my thoughts in, but you didn't introduce me.
No, it's not the end of the. It's not the end of the Minecraft. No, it's not the end of the lab.
If you keep calling it what you just called it for the second week in a row, Miner, it might be the end.
Mojang will strike us down. Troy,
Miner,
how are you doing?
Well, again this week we are recording at my midnight and your daytime, so again, it's going to be tired thoughts from my end, but otherwise, I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Listeners, I apologize, or maybe I don't, for the lack of wood puns, but I am sorry, but we did not get any new wood in 1.21, so there you go. I'm sorry. I've got no wood to work with.
Moving on.
Anyway,
it is the end.
if you have not noticed, I was trying to make a pun about, or a segue about this week's episode. Let's talk about why 1.22 needs to be the end. It needs to be the end. And I've got, not the end of Minecraft, I'm sorry, the end update. We need an end update. And I've got some ideas.
Oh my goodness. Please, can it be the end? It is the most boring place. It needs an update. But again, there are reasons probably why it won't be, but let's break it down.
Well, yeah, I mean, because Mojang gonna do what Mojang gonna do. They'll do whatever we think they'll do. They'll go the other direction.
Yeah.
So I think looking around the community, talking to different people, they're pretty much in agreement that 1.22 needs to be the end update or something done with the end.
100%. You know, the Nether, when I first started playing Minecraft, I'm a relative baby. I started in 1.15 at the tail end of it, and I fell in love with the game and loved it. But the Nether was boring, and the end, I actually didn't go to the end for ages. I had seen my kids in the end, and it didn't appeal. I didn't see the point. You know, this is in the days before I was doing big builds. I didn't really see the need for a shulker box because I was a baby. I was, it just didn't appeal to me. So there was no reason for me to go to either of those two dimensions because I didn't know redstone. I didn't, for the quartz. There was just no reason. And then Minecraft Mojang come along and did the Nether update. And I fell in love with the Nether. So now we're left with the end, and it is the most boring of places.
Yes, I mean, the end is still a boring place. It lacks a lot of what the rest of Minecraft has been given. We've got higher mountains and lower depths. We've got in my opinion, fully fleshed out, or maybe a lot more fleshed out Nether. And speaking of flesh, the update to the texture of Netherrack I like better than old Netherrack. You can fight me in the comments, but I thought the old Netherrack texture was kind of creepy. Anyway, getting back to the end needs a refresh. And I've got some ideas, maybe theories, possible things. The thing about these theories and other things I've seen is they will probably go in a different direction other than what we're thinking. But it's nice to dream.
It's always nice to dream. And honestly, I don't really care what they do. They just need to do something. Because it's a barren wasteland that basically you'll go to get shulker boxes at the end of the day. Yeah. And it's just barren. It's the same thing over and over again. And it really feels like a broken part of the game. As you said, they've done the whole world regeneration, the way the world generates now is completely different, and it's lush and deep and good. It's great wording there, Troj. But then you've also got Nether, as you said, that's been completely redone. The end, it makes it feel like an incomplete game, particularly the dragon fight. Now, I recently did a straight line challenge where you can only play Minecraft by walking on one straight line. The data pack would not allow you to go off this one line. And I actually started that by saying, I don't know whether this is even possible to do to complete the game. Because obviously, technically to complete the game, the aim of the game of Minecraft is to, in some respects, beat the Ender Dragon. For spoiler alert, I managed to beat the dragon being on one line. Now, this is an endgame boss. It's not that hard. So I think the whole thing needs to be reworked now, because it's like that part of the game is left back in, the 2010s. It needs the update just for that.
Right. And I want to get into just my thoughts and ideas, and then you can throw in a couple of yours. I don't know if you have any, but I think it needs to start off with more biomes.
Mm-hmm.
Other than just islands with nothing but endstone and coarse fruit trees. We need more biomes in the end, specifically for one that we did not get. Something that we did not get in 1.21 is a new wood type. I would love to see any sort of end type wood.
I'm all for wood.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mods out there that do like an end overhaul. And one of the things that they all have in common is that there are different biomes and there are different trees and there is different wood. So it wouldn't be outside the realms of possibility. You said about the islands thing. I actually like the islands because it gives an inherent risk that the other dimensions don't have, that if you do one misstep, it could be costly. And I like that feature of it, but there's no reason that the islands, as you said, couldn't be made up of different biomes. Like this island could be this, or, blah, blah, blah. There's no reason that couldn't be the case. I actually quite like the island concept. Now, I know it's a pain in the butt when you haven't got an elytra and you are first out there trying to get your elytra. Yeah, I don't mind the islands because it's got that, it's different than the rest, and it is that inherent risk.
And then another idea I thought of is structures. We need more than just the end cities. And on that note, I'm excited for the trial chambers. And I was kind of against the ominous trials at first, and how that plays into raid farms now. But we won't get into that. But I think there should be more ominous events. And if we had some kind of structure other than just an end city in the end, to where we could have a ominous event, I think that would be cool as well. I know we're getting into.
Is that how you get the elytra?
Maybe. That would make a lot more sense. It would make it more of a actual reward, to where you're not just raiding city after city or with the boats, to where you have to go defeat these ominous events, and you may or may not get a elytra, just like you may or may not get a heavy core. So, but again, you'd have community backlash. You'd be like, oh, we would like the idea of being able to get as many elytras as we want.
Yeah. But then, as you said, Mojang will do what Mojang does. And who would have ever guessed that they would introduce a mace? So it could be a case that they're introducing something completely different, another new item or something for the end. And they might want to distance themselves. They've done the troll chambers. Maybe they'll do something completely different to separate the end from the overworld thing. Who knows? But it's a good theory. A Minecraft theory.
A Minecraft theory. Okay. Moving on. Another idea that I thought of, and this has been done already, is on the note of the trial chambers and the ominous trials. One thing you can get is new enchantments for the mace, which introduces new books and things. And these are books that you cannot get from villagers. So what if, whether it's an end city, ominous trial, or event in an end city or end structure, that you got shulker enchantments. Now, this is a mod that's been done, but, and I can't remember the specific enchantments for shulker boxes, but books that enchant shulker boxes, which is another thing that's highly, highly requested in Minecraft, is inventory management.
I'm glad you're bringing this up.
So shulker box enchantments may help fix some of the inventory problems as well.
Yeah, when you said we're going to talk about 122 being the end update, and then when you started the episode and you said, I've got some ideas, and if you've got some ideas, you can then say it at the end. And it's like, well, the only thing I really want is inventory management fixed. Now, we've just played through Uncharted Expeditions mod pack, and at any mod pack that you play, you get it. Usually there's a backpack and all other ways to manage your inventory, and it makes it easier. But obviously modded is, it's just so overloaded with different items and things to collect. And so inventory gets out of control really quickly. But interestingly, they're adding so much more and more and more new items, new this, new blocks to Minecraft now. To the point where it's getting to the level where you also almost could call it's modded itself. And, from a vanilla standpoint, because there is just so much. So inventory now is a problem because we don't have backpacks. We don't have those ways that the modded game allows you to handle the extra items. Now, as an example of that, day one, all I did for the first 4-hour stream was I just went exploring. I just wanted to go and have a look around the world, gear up, get some iron, raid some treasure ships, ruined ships, whatever they were, bits and pieces. And around the world, it was like, oh, I found this. By the time I got to where I was going to go, oh, I need to get back to spawn with all my stuff, I had a full inventory and I had a full chest boat. Now, let's just say it was actually over full to the point where I'd put a double chest down where I was. And it took me, I think, 3 or 4 trips of 2,000 blocks either way. Had to walk uphill in both directions. It was it was insane that you could go on just a 4-hour play session and have that much inventory that it required probably the last hour of my stream just to transport it because, I couldn't get it back to spawn. There was no rivers all the way. I had to go up over hills, etc., etc. Inventory is such a huge problem. If you even are working on a big build or a massive build, it's just so hard. Even if you're, a lot of us at the moment on Interrealms, just to get the builds done quickly because we're building so big now, is we're using Easy Place with Matica. But even that, it comes with its own difficulties because you've got to keep going down, filling up your inventory with the blocks that you need. And there's usually a pallet. The pallets now are not like what they were 10 years ago. You look at some of the builds from those days, are usually 1, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks. Now you're using a variety of so many blocks because we've now had so many updates that have introduced so many blocks. Like Mumbo put a video out, I think last week at time of recording, looking at all the features, I think from 117 or 118 onwards. And just the new blocks alone from those small number is mind-blowing. So they keep adding this stuff. They keep giving us new stuff to build with, which is great. but they're not addressing the inventory problem of how to transport, use, and store this stuff. It is a problem.
I think in the community, you have people that there's been polls that have been put out that ask, what would you rather have in 1.22 or future updates, like soon, is inventory management or the end. But I think with that idea of enchanted shulkers, you could hit both, tick off both boxes. And if we don't get an end update for 1.22, please, Mojang, address the inventory management. I know a lot of people are excited about bundles that are coming out in vanilla. I'm like, wow, I'm not excited. I mean, we've had them through a data pack, and I just don't use them. They're not as useful as everybody makes them out to be. I guess they could be, but I don't know. They're not useful to me. I think we need something more than just a bundle to manage our inventory, because it is limited how much you can put into these bundles.
It is limited
with like you said though, there are so many blocks now. You need something that's got a lot more storage than just 64.
Yes. Let's talk about the bundles first. They are actually useful. But I don't think they're the answer to the bigger problem. I think it's a step. Bundles are real. I find bundles are good if you know you're going to be going mining or something like that. You know you can have a couple of bundles there. It just gives you that little bit more space to put some of the random bits that you get. That you might not, have a full stack or something like that, but you get bits and pieces here like lapis or something. But it's not the fix that we deserve. It's not the fix that we need, But it's something. But they need, I don't know, inventory is just such a broken system. It sort of sums up the end. It's like maybe it's the perfect thing. It's the last two things really that needs that overhaul. So join them together, give us both.
I agree.
But Miner, there's one big reason that they may not do it. Now, I think at some stage they will do an end update, but I think there's one big reason still why it may not be right now. And that is something that we've talked about before in the podcast. When they decided to do the Nether, they did an analysis, and the analysis was that people were spending so little time in the Nether, or not even going there at all. So that's why they did it, to encourage people to be in there more, to give them a reason to go in there, give them a reason to play in there, to spend more time in there, which it did. Now, if they use the same analysis on the end, they're going to find that people are spending huge amounts of time in the end. Why? Because we all go end busting. Now, as we discovered when we opened up the end for the first time on Interrealms for World 4, it took some of us hours to find a city with a ship. I'm not even joking. Hours. There was 3 groups of us on the very first night that went out into the end to go end busting to get wings. The 3 groups went in 3 different directions, and one group was hours before they found their first ship. So if they're going to use the same metric of, people are spending time in there, so we don't need to update it, that could be what holds them back from doing the end update. Just that one statistic.
I don't know. I understand that those are statistics, but that they might go off of. But their whole thing lately has been about exploration, not, getting out and exploring and finding new things, with these tricky trials, the trial chambers. It's something new to discover. And I feel that the end needs the same love. They've given the love to the overworld. in spades. And the nether got its treatment as well. So it's just time, Mojang. It's time. It's overtime.
I agree. It really is. It is overtime. It needs to be done. Please, can we do it? And, you're right. So let us go adventuring in a reworked end dimension. I think that makes a lot of sense. And really, in many respects, they've sort of got a blank slate to do what they want with it. They don't have to worry about how things generate into a world like the trial chambers or anything like that. They've basically got a blank slate to do what they want out there. As long as it, gives us a way to give us shulker shells and gives us a way to give us our wings, go nuts, guys.
Yeah. But that Mojang, they're going to throw a curveball, and it's going to be something along the lines of, sorry, no end, but hey, guess what? We're adding a new dimension accessed through the portal in the ancient city. Something along them lines. So who knows? We want to know what you think. Let us know, please. We like the emails and the comments that have been coming through. That gives us stuff to talk about on feedback and discuss more in length. You can do that down here in the comments of the video if you're listening to it on YouTube, or you can do it through the email minecraftlabpodcast@gmail.com, or through the socials on mclab_podcast over there on X. Hit us up at the Discord if you want to talk to us live and in person and discuss the podcast, which we've had a couple do that. Hit that link, join the Discord, and let's chat.
Yeah, would absolutely love to interact with you guys live and have a chat. And, if you want to talk to us live, maybe while we are live streaming, you can find me on Twitch, the one Troj over there on Twitch, and Miner is obviously Miner Thoughts. And fun fact, on Sundays, some Sundays, we actually stream together, don't we, Miner?
Yes, we do something a little different than Minecraft. And I forgot to mention, as per requests from some people, we're getting back to some Minecraft episodes. See, we've had one at time of recording. We've had one on my favorite thing, and another one today about why 1.22 needs to be the end update. We're going to do Minecraft episodes, don't worry, but every so often we like to do something a little different.
Yeah, and sometimes things happen in the community that's, worth talking about on a bigger scale, because sometimes it doesn't get talked about enough, and that's why sometimes we do that. But if there's a topic of Minecraft that you'd like to hear us talk about, send a message on in, because we would love to do it. We love taking people's ideas in. There's a few there that have come in over time. Some there from the Bearded Bard, from Dab Plays. We've actually taken their emails and turned them into episodes. So yeah, don't be shy. If you've got an idea or something you'd like to hear talk about, or maybe you've got a Minecraft theory, well, send it in and let's break it down and let's have a talk about it.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to answer your question.
And what question is that?
Sometimes we do something different on Sundays. We play Spooky Sundays.
Spooky Sundays.
We stream together and we do a spooky game. So you can get just doing that sometime. Every once in a while on a Sunday, we'll be playing something different.
And it's probably worth mentioning that is always a mature stream. We do stream with a couple of others, usually Blind Cubsy, and he has no filter when it comes to horror. So yeah, it's usually a very much a mature theme stream, those ones, but they're usually a heap of fun. So yeah, hopefully we can see you guys around there.
Yeah, that's his middle name, Cubsy No Filter, or Blind No Filter Cubsy.
Cubsy, that's it. That's it. Well, Miner, let's hope we get some emails about the end. The end has arrived for the end. And what are you off to do now?
I've got the day off from mining, so I'm going to go do something different. I'm going to go drink some more coffee. And it's probably about bedtime for you.
Yes, at right this minute is almost midnight. So I'm going to just, when we stop recording, go straight to bed. But I hope everyone's enjoyed the episode, and we will be back with probably more Minecraft discussion next time.
Bye. I don't know.
I was just about to stop recording, and I was like, "Is he gonna do anything?" And this is no.
Yeah, there's your outro.
I think that'll be part of the episode. That was brilliant.